everyone. Thank you for watching avivTarot, and it's May, so we are ready to do, remember I said I'm going to recycle 4 most popular topics, and I will do that each week of the month. So today, this week, we are back to when, where, how I will meet my soulmate, and what, or my partner. It doesn't have to be soulmate, you know, it could just be your love interest, right? And then what will he and she look like? Yeah, previously I actually separated into 2 different videos, but I actually feel like it could be combined. I'll just be, I'll speak quickly, or try to speak quickly. So I have a feeling it's gonna be a bit long video, since I'm gonna do on-camera shuffling and all that stuff and picking out the cards, because I wanna reuse the cards. If you have picture of pile, so this is 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I picked out this Lover's Oracle card to go with each of the piles. So if you've made a decision which pile you are choosing, or yeah, which pile you chose, which pile you like the most or resonate with the most, we will get to the reading then. Okay, so pile number 1. Okay, we are using the Witch's Tarot for the tarot cards. Okay, so let's pick out I don't know, we'll see how many cards. I'm thinking 2 cards, but if more cards popped out, then we'll take those then. So So since this is a reading for soulmate and stuff like that, we will not read reversals. Okay. Should we take these 2? All right. And then we will use, these are cards that additional cards that I created, because I don't, for characteristics and stuff like that. So let's see. We'll choose 5 cards. And then the Romance Angel card. We will choose 1 card. And then the life purpose card, so we can see what career. Since it's a general reading, so I'll pick out a few different cards from this deck because it could be several different career options. Or life purpose options. We'll see if it pops out again. And then lastly, we'll do I just got these decks, so I'm kind of excited to use them. These are my new astrology decks, so we'll see what signs and, you know, that kind of things. For this one, we'll draw 3 cards as well. Just so you know, I'm actually closing my eyes when I'm choosing these cards. Okay, so we got a bunch of cards. I think that's it. Okay, so are we ready? Dun, dun, dun. Soulmate. We're not reading reversal, so I'm going to flip all of these around. 7 of Wands, 8 of Swords, King of Pentacles, 5 of Swords, very soon, teaching, writing, school. Oh my God. These are like very similar. Okay. Let's move these so we have more room. Okay, the serving of others. Well, actually, this is, so you got the signs card. This is Virgo, 7th house, and Taurus. Wow. Huh. Very interesting. Okay. European. European, mixed race, sharp, long hair, soft spoken. Okay. Well, I guess first of all, we will go with their physical traits or some kind of personality. Okay, so he or she is gonna have long hair, so they're gonna be a little artsy, I guess. Kind of soft spoken, which is interesting because teachers sometimes are, you know, you have to kind of be very vocal, but they're very soft spoken, so I guess the students probably would like them a lot. Long hair, so they're not like those traditional, very hardcore, serious type, I feel. They might be very like romantic, just because long hair. For guys, because it's normal for girls to have long hair. So, long hair. Very sharp. It could be that, you know, we're talking about their minds, that they're very intelligent, very sharp, very witty, which goes with, you know, teaching, so they know a lot, so they are very knowledgeable, very sharp. Or they just, yeah, they know how to use words. I just feel like it's about the way they talk. It's very sharp and to the point also. So European and mixed race. So they could either be European or mixed race, which kind of goes along with like long hair. Not that all Europeans are long hair and stuff like that, but I just kind of imagine Europeans are probably a little bit more romantic, you know, or a mixed race. So they might be partially European, which I think all of North America, everybody is like mixed, right? Somehow a little bit. So mixed race, European. This is pretty broad. All right, so that's the characteristics. And then the career, I think it's very interesting that all of these are very well related. So they teach at a school, or if it's in a school, they could also be like anything else, like principal or office secretaries. I want to say janitors, you know, maintenance people, those people are very helpful too. People who work in the school, professors, or, you know, people in the office, like the administration people, office people, could be anybody from like, or if you are in school, that could be also where you might meet this person, like in the school, or if you want to pursue, like, get more knowledgeable on something, maybe that's this is a potential where you might meet your soulmates, right, in school. Or if you go back to school, that might be something somewhere that you might meet your soulmate, right? Maybe you should take like classes on writing, creative writing, or just any type of writing. You could see it says you heal, inspire, teach, and entertain with the words you write. So somebody who writes, it could be any type of writing. So blogging, that might also be that. So maybe you're going back to school for writing, copywriting, poetry writing, whatever, any type of writing. Even I feel like business, you know, writing proposals, that kind of thing, that could be like writing as well. And then teaching. So maybe you want to pursue another degree in teaching, or inspiring people to learn, right? So any type of things that are related to teaching, that if you go back to school for, these are that. And or maybe if you're like a freelance writer and you travel, that might also, you know, how you might meet your future soulmate, or that kind of thing. So these are things that I am seeing and hearing. And I'm just looking at this, it's like, it's interesting, like this angel is helping this person like write, right? So it could also be somebody who inspires you to write. So somebody who's very inspirational for you, like a muse for you, right? just looking at the picture, it doesn't even have to be teaching. I feel like if it's like some kind of a kindergarten or some kind of like this kind of like with a lot of, or even like daycare, that might be, you know, be a place where you might meet your future soulmate or partner. Okay, and then here is there. These are both, if you know astrology, these are both, what do you call those? These are both earth signs, Taurus and Virgo. So they're very, very, very practical, and hence maybe that's why they go into teaching in school. And not that teachers are like practical, but they could be, because it's a very stable job, right? And very highly revered job in a way. At least in Asia, it's very highly revered, being a teacher and working in schools and stuff like that. So maybe even writer. Writer is not as highly like respected as like somebody who's like a teacher, lawyer, doctor, you know, but you know, has that kind of potential or feel. I feel like because of the Taurus and Virgo cards here, even if they're a writer, it might be like a hobby for them, or they might be pretty well established because they're, as I was saying, these people are more practical type of people. So maybe they would write about things are like, you know, if they're a writer, they might write about like finance, how to, or they might be also be, because Virgo is very analytical, so they might, or detail oriented, perfectionist, so they might write something about like analyzing things. So more like a scientist or somebody who's like an analyzer, you know, that might be that kind of writer, right? Or personality wise, Virgo is very, as I was saying, perfectionist, very detail oriented. For guys, some Virgo guys, you'd be surprised, they might have that player attitude as well. For female, Virgo is a lot more, how do I say it, proper for if it's a female Virgo. But for guys, some of the guys, male Virgos, could give you that kind of, because you know, when you think about Earth, they're like, you think they're grounded, they're serious and that kind of thing. But Virgo guys are actually more playful than you would expect, and some of them might look even, or they are not just looking like a player, but they might be a player. So just be careful of that. Or they would have some kind of Virgo in their chart, and since we got the house card, so they might have a Virgo or a Taurus in their 7th house. If it's in the 7th house, which is right across from the 1st house, because the 7th house is all about partnership, about marriage, okay? So they might exude a lot of like this Virgo type of energy, so they're very grounded, or not just Virgo, but Taurus as well, grounded. Taurus, I would think they're very much husband material, because they're very, they work hard, they protect their family. Like Virgo guys that I've known are very family oriented, even, and Taurus female as well, very female. They take care of the family. They don't talk as much. I mean, like complain. Virgo guys as well, you know, or girls, some people are very, you know, they love to clean. So instead of like Virgo people, instead of like telling you to do it, they would just do it because they do it better. Right? So that they're Virgo and Taurus, they're more of a doer than like a talker. And so they might have Taurus and Virgo in their 7th house, which means that if you really want to know, because it's hard, like if you don't have their birth time, you wouldn't know if Virgo falls into their 7th house or not, right? So, or if Taurus would fall into their 7th house. So the 7th house is right across from it would be the first house, and the first house is usually your sun sign, okay? So, or actually not your sun sign, but your first house would be like Pisces, okay? So they might have a lot of Pisces energy, and so they would, so first house is all about yourself, how you represent yourself, how, you know, that kind of thing. So they might have a little bit of Pisces in them, or Scorpio, okay? So that might also, I don't know if that would help you with that. Taurus is very money oriented. Virgo is very detail oriented. So hopefully, and I kind of feel like the soft spoken would work out for these as well, because they are very practical, and I almost feel like that gentle, because they're slow, that graceful feel. So soft spoken works very well with these, because Virgo is Mercury is their protector, or God or whatever, and Taurus is protected by Venus, so it has that beauty, and Mercury is about analyzing, so the beauty about beautiful things. Taurus is all about beautiful things, very elegant, and I feel like Virgo has that quality as well. Okay, so which makes sense. They're school, they're very educated. So it might not even mean like school, but or teaching, but it just means that they're very educated, they're very knowledgeable as well. Okay, well read. So next, soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this, and they will manifest physically. I thought so. Just because of this card, I don't feel like this is somebody that you know that is in your life at the moment, but it's something that you're manifesting right now. And just because we also get this card very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now, right? And so I feel like you are probably working on yourself right now, and you probably starting to know what exactly that you want, and in the partner that your next partner, like what you want in your next partner. So and like maybe learning from your past relationships, you know, this is what I want, this is what I don't want, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. And so like because you're a lot more clear, you are manifesting this next partner into your life who will be more or closer to what you imagine him or she to be. Okay, and it is soulmate, so yeah, could be somebody alive, somebody that you'll eventually marry.Maybe you'll feel very, very close to them when you first meet them. So over here, traditionally, you get so many. This is so interesting. Okay, you get the Swords card. Okay, first of all, you got 2 Swords card, and then you got a Pentacle card and a Wands card, which kind of goes along with this a little bit, because the Pentacle is, you know, a little bit slower. King of Pentacles, so, you know, what did I say? Writing. He's probably writing about like financial stuff. King of Pentacle is all about money, investment, right? Career oriented. So money is probably like very, stability is something that they look for, which is very Taurus, earthy kind of feeling. And in their 7th house, which means partnership, they might also want that in their partner. Okay, so if you are somebody who's very stable, very grounded, they like that in their partner. So they also, not that they're a Virgo or Taurus, but they might like somebody who is a Virgo or Taurus as well, because it's in their 7th house. That means that's like the kind of quality that they're attracted to as a partner. So your soulmate might be attracted to somebody who is a Virgo or a Taurus, okay? Or has that type of qualities, the elegance or the, you know, stable, analytical, very graceful, perfectionist. You know, not everybody can deal with perfectionist. Might be Taurus sometimes is a little serious, very practical. So, but some people think that's boring, but I think this person thinks it's a plus. Okay, especially you got the King of Pentacles. And then Swords card. So there again, Swords is all about analyzing thoughts and that kind of thing. And so so it has that Mercury feel for the Virgo, right? And then over here about knowledge, teaching, school, writing, all about knowledge and writing and creative, like thinking, that kind of things. 5 of Swords and 8 of Swords, which is kind of interesting because 5 of Swords is about conflict, right? And 8 of Swords, like this is outer conflict, inner conflict, fear. So I feel like because this person is so knowledgeable, so smart, they analyze everything. Sometimes it would make them, and you know, with the earth sign as well, that they become less forward. They're very slow in pursuing somebody. So at first you might not feel like they like you, and especially their fear is going to stop them from approaching you. So if you find this person that you like, the advice might be that you might have to show just a little bit more than what you usually show, but don't be like so forward because it might scare them away as well. So because Taurus and Virgo, they do like to observe. Okay, they like to observe and, you know, have a little scoring board in their, you know, they're seeing like, oh, this is +10, oh, that's -20, that kind of thing. Okay. Practical, right? Being practical and analytical. So so yeah, they might be a little bit of that. It's interesting because this 5 of Swords is up in the cloud, and then this is like a dragonfly with like wings and like little fairies, right? And they're like falling off from the sky. So maybe you know, instead of being super forward about something, I feel like this might be something. It just came to me right now, like a message, because it's in the sky with these people falling, right, and dragonfly and stuff like that. Maybe it's good to go. It's not something that they probably usually would do because they're Taurus and they're like in school and they're like practical. Maybe could invite them to go to like an amusement park or something, because I don't know if you've heard that sometimes when, you know, that adrenaline will also secrete like this hormone thing that make you fall in love with somebody, right? So maybe go on like roller coaster rides or something, just because it's in the sky and people falling. I just all of a sudden like roller coaster rides. I think that might be something to, you know, get you guys closer. Okay, like could be like a second date or third, right? Go with a bunch of people. Yeah, and maybe, yeah, go with a bunch of people because they are very slow, and maybe sometimes it'll feel like awkward, you know, awkward silences and stuff like that. So maybe like the first few times you could go with a group, and amusement park I think sounds great. 7 of Wands, this is about conflict as well. This is more inner conflict, just like the 8 of Swords. This is outer conflict, 7 of Wands. So I think they are a go-getter. So once they decide what they want, that they want to achieve, they would go and fight for it. Okay, we only get 1 Wands card, so they do like to analyze and figure out all of the pros and cons of doing something first. King of Pentacles, practical, right? before they go ahead and just fight for it. And when they do decide this is what they want, they will like fight to the end, okay? So I feel like that's the kind of person this person is. And I just see this is like an arch. So maybe just came to my mind because with the arch and like a hole in between, maybe instead of roller coaster, if that's not something that's interesting, because if you propose that, they're like, no. I just thought of like, if you go to like Utah, it's famous for the arches. So, so the national park, the Arches National Park, that's somewhere that you could go and, you know, travel to. That's an option as well. Or that might be where you might meet this person if you're an outdoorsy nature type of person. And also here, it's by the pond and with like a castle in behind, but in like a hazy place. So maybe somewhere that's kind of foggy, but by the I don't think it's a ocean just because of the grass and stuff. So maybe this is like a lake or river. Might be also a place you might meet this person, or could be a dating option to go to. Castle. Grapes. So if you are in California, or if you're in somewhere that's kind of warm, maybe grape, like wine tasting might be something to go to. I feel like this is somebody who's very classy as well. So wine tasting, or go to like a vineyard might be an option as well. Or it could be where you might meet your potential soulmate or partner. I think that is it for pile number 1. Sorry I went really quickly, but that's already 30 minutes. All right, and so I will see you in the next video, and let me know if this resonate with you, and I mean, because obviously it hasn't happened yet, because it's not somebody that you know yet. So if you do meet this person, let me know, right? Let me know how much of the things that I said, how many matched, because I don't think everything's gonna match, right? Just let me know which ones. And don't forget to like or share or subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Bye. So for pile number 2, let's do this. Okay, so we're going to use the Witch's Tarot for tarot cards, and I'm planning to only draw 2 cards, but you know, like pile number 1 actually ended up drawing 4 because 2 kind of just came out along with the other cards when I draw. So so we'll see how many cards come out. So for pile number 2, what are some messages from your health and personality? And we are not reading reversals just because it's not like the traditional tarot reading, right? And if you find the shuffling really boring, you can fast forward to when I start to do the reading. But yeah, I wanted to use the entire deck, so oh my god, I can't talk and do this, so I did. I cut the card 2 times. Okay. Just so you know, when I'm drawing the cards, I close my eyes so I can't see. This one. And then these are the cards that I created as like an addition to, because these are usually, I don't see these ones in like tarot cards, so I just created a deck with like some additional things. So we'll draw 5 cards out of this. Then the Romance Angel Oracle, this one will just draw 1 card. So, messages for number 2. The Life Purpose deck. This one will do 3 cards because general reading, we want to give some options. Because not everybody's soulmate is going to have the same job. That'd be crazy, right? The last deck, which is it's a new deck I got, and it has this astrology deck. So this, and so we'll see the signs, and we'll do 3 cards for this one. I'm trying to do this as quickly as possible because we're gonna have a lot of cards, and to explain, it's gonna take forever. And plus I do on camera shuffling, that's like, takes time as well. So here are all of your cards for pile number 2. Okay. Close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. 7 of Swords. The World. Wow, a major arcana. Oh my goodness, another major arcana. The Chariot. You deserve love. Oh my goodness. I swear. Like, when I do the shuffling on like in front of the camera, you can see like I seriously cannot make up like how some of the cards would like correlate with each other. Look at this one. You deserve to feel joyful. You deserve love. You deserve love. Light and love. Strength. Leadership. Okay, so for this one, it's, oh my goodness, the 7th house again, the 2nd house, and Libra. Wow. Okay. Last time we keep getting Asian. This time we got European. It's because pile number 1 got European as well. Pale complexion, which makes sense, European. Big age gap. Wow. We got soft-spoken again, that's crazy. Muscular. That's interesting. So I guess they work out in the gym. They don't work out outside. So that's why, because they're pale, right? European. So these are like some characteristics or personality traits. Big age gap, that's interesting as well. So either you're a lot older than your partner, or your partner is a lot older than you. And when I think of big age gap, I would have to say at least 5 or 6 years and above. So anything 5+ would be like, I would consider big age gap. I would even say like, maybe 5 is still probably okay. I would say 6 and above would be pretty big age gap, because if you think about it, when you are in grade 1, this person is just being born, right? And when you are in grade 6, they're just in grade 1. That's pretty crazy, right? That's a big age gap. So I would say 6 years and above is a pretty big age gap. Would consider a big age gap. Soft-spoken. So I just cannot imagine a real super muscular person but being like very soft-spoken. But I guess it's this person is all about like contradictions, right? Breaking the traditional stereotypes. Maybe that's something, right? Let's see. Sorry, off-centered. Okay, let me just, okay, so let's see, where should I start? Let's see, what stands out to me the most? Okay, let's start with this. Just because Libra and 7th house kind of go hand in hand in some ways. So because 7th house, like if you do it the regular way, like the standard like houses, right? Libra is actually in the 7th house, okay? So, which is all about partnership and balance and marriage, contracts, that type of things. And so this person is a Libra in the 7th house. That means they're looking for either they are, okay, this person could also have Libra in their 2nd house as well, but we'll talk about that later. But first of all, Libra in 7th house, they are, they might look, so 7th house is about partnership, as I was saying. So what they look for in a partner as well. So they would like somebody who is very balanced, who is very, just, fair. They like equal give and take. Everything is about balance, beauty. So they definitely would want somebody, their partner, to be beautiful in some way, okay? Elegant, because Libra is all about elegance and grace. So they would definitely, either they are like that or they are looking for a partner who is like that, okay? And 7th house right across from it is the 1st house, is all about like self-expression and that kind of thing. So like about yourself. So this person, if Libra is in 7th house, that means 1st house is Aries. Okay. So they might have a lot of fiery traits. They might seem a little bit arrogant at first. But definitely like, which is funny because I just remember Aries is the first sign of the 12 zodiac. Okay, we always starts with Aries, which is born from March 21st or March 21st to April 20th. And Aries is all about leadership. They like to be the first of everything, okay? Because they are the first in the 12 zodiac signs. So they love to go ahead and just do things, very fiery. So this person might be, because so if Libra is in the 7th house, that's what they look in the partner, or they are like that, okay, when they are with their partner. And so for your person, if Aries is in the 1st house, that means this person is probably very, yeah, as I was saying, a leadership type of person. They like to just go ahead without thinking of consequences when they do things. They don't do a lot of planning, very impetuous. They like to just like, hey, let's do this. And, you know, on the spur of the moment, they'll be like, let's do this. I think it's fun. And risk taker, very go-getter, but that type of thing, very fiery, okay, leadership. A leader. They like to be a leader. Okay. If we drop the 7th house, if maybe they have like Libra in somewhere in their chart, or they have their sun sign in Libra, they are very, again, balanced, very beautiful. When I say beautiful, I meant like men as well, like beautiful. Don't be offended when I say beautiful, like handsome, okay? Handsome, beautiful. They are maybe, you know, I guess muscular doesn't have to be like those huge, humongous muscular. It could be like fit muscular, because I just don't believe if somebody has Libra in their, well, that's not true. My cousin's Libra and he has pretty big muscles. But I don't think it's like those, well, depends on what they consider beautiful, I guess. So yeah, they definitely work out, okay? They care about their looks, and that's why they would also care. They're all about looks for their partner as well. So they want their partner to be really fit. So if you're not very fit, maybe it's time to go to the gym, work out, work on yourself, because maybe that's how you'll be meeting your soulmate. Because just by this card, I don't think you have met this person yet, okay? And obviously, I've seen a lot of readers, when they get these kind of cards, you deserve love, that kind of, you know, these kind of cards, they tell you to work on yourself, right? And I guess one way of working on yourself is, you know, go to the gym or go work out, go to the nature. I don't know about nowadays, like modern society, we always just, you know, we just go to the gym, because then it doesn't matter what the weather is like outside and if it's dark or bright, right? But I am totally for going into the nature and do workout outside. Instead of like walking on a treadmill, maybe you should walk around your neighborhood, right? So that's like, you know, walking and exercising. So not necessarily in the gym, but that's a possibility of a place that you might meet your next soulmate or partner, right? But you know, when you're exercising, that might be how you might meet this person, okay? Which I feel like strength, right? When you're building your strength, exercising is kind of like that, like building strength, like physical strength, right? But also about like inner strength as well. But Libra is all about look. So, you know, when you're exercising, I feel like that might be a way that you might meet your next soulmate, next partner. Yeah. And so if they have Libra in their second house is all about your resources. So their own resources. So they like balance in their money as well. So they probably, they might ask you to go Dutch on, you know, the very first couple of dates. Cause, you know, like they might not pay for you. You'll be like, oh my God, that's still not gentleman-y. I don't know. I don't imagine Libra people might, like, they would do that, but that might happen because if their Libra falls into their second house, right? So it's about balance and money, like, so, and maybe, you know, if they pay this time and you can't expect them to pay every time, they might, it would impress them if you actually say, hey, I'll get you, if you guys go to dinner, right, and he pay for the meal, you're like, okay, well, if we go to get drinks, I'll pay for the drinks, or I'll get the next meal, which I think it's awesome. If you really like this person and say, and he paid for it this time, you'd be like, I'll pay for the next one. So you're actually planning for your next date, right? And that's a way to go, right? So if Libra falls in their second place, their first house would be, what comes before that? Virgo. So they might have some Virgo quality, which is very analytical, very, perfectionist. They might have a player feel, which Aries also have that as well, but it's a different type of player feel. Because Virgo would be a lot more graceful, like Libra, elegant, that type of thing. Whereas Aries is all about like muscular, fun, energy, very fiery. Okay, so your soulmate might have this or the other. Okay, because this is a general reading. It could be one or the other. Or a combination, but it's hard to have a combination because your Libra can only fall in second house, or seventh house cannot fall in both. So yeah, so Libra, Virgo, have some Libra quality, Virgo, Aries. Strength and leadership. So we talked about, you know, strength as in like exercising, like that physical strength. Leadership, Aries, like they like to be in charge. They have that leadership quality, which kind of goes in with strength, because you need to have that strength, inner strength, to be a leader. Because I think that's a lot of responsibility to be a leader. Because you are taking charge of other things. That means you're taking responsibility of other people's mistakes, your own mistakes, but if it's successful, obviously that's great. But if it failed, you have to take responsibility for it because you're the leader of it, right? So that takes a lot of inner strength. So this person might be a leader of some sort. So could be, if it's in a company, they might be like a manager or supervisor type of position, or they might even own their own company. That could be a leader. Cool. So, you know, Libra in seventh house also means partnership. So it could be that this person owns like a company, right? And it might be, so maybe if you are looking to create your own company, whoever you're seeking or to become your partnership, that might be a potential love interest, right? Because you're going to be working together a lot. So, you know, you never know. And then light and love. I feel like love and light, that's what we say all the time, like the tarot readers or people who work with like spirituality, that kind of thing. So and then purpose is to bring divine healing, light, and love into this world. So they might also be somebody who is very spiritual. I guess pastor, is that how you say it? Pastors. That could be like a leader, right? The leader of a church group, or you know, that type of thing. So that could also be something. So somebody that works in the spiritual realm, or somebody who brings a lot of love and light. So somebody who works at a charity, works at a non-profit organization. So somebody with a lot of love and also like very enlightened type of person. So very spiritual type of person. And in my head, I just like, maybe just because I got like in the mail, like from PETA, which is like animals and all about, you know, going animal rights and that kind of things. So that might be somebody who's like that. So they fight for like a cause. Okay, so again, non-profit organizations or charity, or even like shelters, somebody with a lot of love and light, enlightened, or even like pastors, or, well, father cannot get married, so you know, church group, somebody from churches or something like that, or any type of religion, not just church. It could be like a leader in any type of religion, Buddhism, or yeah, Muslim. I don't know my religions, but yeah, you know, if that resonates, you would know what I'm saying, right? You deserve love. I kind of explained that, kind of go hand in hand in a way, like you should work on yourself and just believe that you deserve all the love and that you're beautiful, right? Because when you believe you're beautiful, people will think you're beautiful. It's all about how you perceive yourself. And if you treat yourself badly, people will treat you how you treat yourself. Does that make sense? So if you think you're ugly, people will think you're ugly. If you think you're sexy, people will think you're sexy. Just because that's how it comes out. And then lastly, these 3 cards. The Chariot. Oh my god. Okay. Chariot. So Chariot, Chariot, just the sign that's associated with Chariot, just it's the only one that I could remember like off the top of my head, which is Cancer. So you might also have a little bit of that, somebody with a little bit of a Cancer, like taking care, homey type of personality, okay, or energy. But again, Chariot is all about going forward, going ahead with like leader, like that leadership, like going and go-getter, willpower, strength, right? And then running towards it. And this is like up in the sky with 2 horses, right? So this person definitely is somebody who is a go-getter, very Aries-like, passionate, with a lot of strength and willpower. So when they want something, they will go for it. Also, because I'm seeing horses, I'm thinking maybe this person could be like a horseman, right? They ride horses. That might be one of their hobbies, or their job, right? That they have to deal with horses all the time. Because this is a Chariot, is about like a type of transportation. So maybe they're like a Uber driver, I don't know, taxi driver, some sort of a driver. As well, a pilot, because it's up in the sky, right? So they could be a pilot as well. Flight attendant. I think that might be something too for like job wise. Yeah. And then the world. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what did I just say? I said pilot or some sort of a driver. Even like sailors, somebody who works on like cruise ships, that could also work with chariot, right? So like a type of transportation. And I think that goes super well with the world because the world is all about traveling. So yeah, they might travel a lot for their work, which, you know, they might be some kind of, what do you call it, missionaries. They're spreading love and light. They travel the world, so that might be an option as well. Or they have been on a mission before. So that, and the world. So I'm seeing like lion and deer. So maybe like if you go to the zoo, you might meet this kind of person, because a zoo is also like, they're very caring, like caretakers, which is that Cancer energy, right? They care for the animals. So the zoo might be a place. Safari, if you want to travel, maybe you could go to like Africa to travel, like safari, lots of nature, like in these like wild animals, right? That could be a place. Or somewhere there's a lot of greenery. So like as I was saying, I think gym is great, going to the gym, but I really believe you should exercise in nature, like seeing blue, because we stare at the screen all the time, and looking at more green is good for our eyes as well, right? For our health. And then over here, 7 of Swords. Oh, just sorry. Because the world is also the end of the tarot cards, right? So the end of the journey. So this person can also be ending some kind of a journey or some kind of a life, something in their life. And they're looking to start anew as well. So it could be somebody that wants to start fresh. So it could be like a newcomer into your area where you live, or if you're in school, like a new classmate, knew somebody, like somebody that just came from somewhere else, like into your life or into your space, or if you work at you know, in an office setting or where you work, could be somebody that just recently transferred to your company, or just like a new hire. Or like a new hire of who's a management, who knows, right? 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords is about deceiving, something, stealing, lying. Not that your soulmate is gonna be like that. But they, you know, Libra people are all about balance, all about harmony, right? So they might be very good at telling white lies. Okay, I just feel like that might be that. Or if they lie, it's not with like an evil purpose. It's because they feel like it's better that way. It's easier. So they might, and also I feel like they might be very good with their words. So maybe they're a salesperson, because I feel like, not that salesperson lie all the time, but they are, a lot of times they do talk a little bit more than what they can do. They talk themselves up. They talk the products up so that you would buy them. So they might be very good with their words. And they might like to tell a little bit of white lies, okay? And I feel like, because Libra is also about like, they cannot make decisions. They have decision, like malfunction, I don't know. Like they have a hard time trying to make a decision because they want to have balance in everything. They want to make a fair choice, right? Fair judgment, fair whatever. And so they always think, oh, both is good, everything's good, everything is nice. They avoid conflicts, okay? So that's why they would like to tell lies, because they think that's the easier way. And so they might have that tendency to do that. So when you meet this person, you might want to make sure that what they say to you is true and they're sincere about it, because you don't want to find out later that they have something that they kind of didn't tell you, not on purpose, but they just kind of left out that detail, and then, which is a very important detail of something, maybe to you. So just be a little bit careful of that. But you know, see, this person is smiling, so it's not like with bad intentions, okay? So, but just watch out a little bit. And also, you know, if somebody who's a leader, they always have to talk, like, be a little bit more energetic and pompous and talk up a little bit. So just, you know, be aware. It's just their tendency to do that. It's not because they are so used to it. It just comes out. It's not like anything mean or trying to deceive you on purpose, because we're talking about soulmate and partners, right? So we're not talking about like abusive type of relationship, because that means you need to get out, and that you don't deserve that kind of love, okay? So yes. Or maybe another way is that if you are currently in a relationship right now, and this person might be who is very abusive with their words, and they lie all the time. And so this is telling you that you need to leave that person, because your next partner is going to be all these wonderful things, okay, that I just said. Because whoever you're with right now is not your soulmate. You need to leave them because they're abusive, they're bad to you, and you deserve somebody better, okay? So I feel like that is the message for pile number 2, at least for this month. That's the energy. And let me know, because since nothing didn't happen yet, right? This is something that might happen, except for my last message about, like, if you are currently in a relationship, maybe it's telling you to leave that person because your next partner is going to be better. So let me know if anything resonates or whatever, and if anything happens in the future, if any of these resonated and actually happened, let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, or subscribe to my channel. So, and I will see you next video. Bye. Okay, so pile number 3, and so first of all, we are going to use the Witch's Tarot. And yeah, this is gonna be a long one. I think on average, the last 2, pile 1 and pile 2, is going 30 minutes, the reading, because I combined 2 videos that like the last time it was actually separated into 2 different videos. Now this time I combined it into 1 video, so it's gonna be super long. And plus I'm doing shuffling on screen, so if you don't want to look at the shuffling, you can skip right to the reading. But the reason I'm doing the shuffling is because I want to use the full deck. So for part of both these people, what are some advices here when they will make their side? I'm trying to just draw 2 cards, but we'll see if other cards fall out and I feel like we should look at them or get them, include them in the reading as well. So let's see. just 2. And then this is the cards that I created to kind of go with characteristics. The stuff that I created are usually, you can't see them in tarot cards, so it's like a little extra something for reading these type of readings. And when I draw these cards, I actually close my eyes to do it, so I don't see where there are. We'll do 5 for this one. The Romance Angel card, we'll draw 1 card after this. Now you know why I don't like to do shuffling. I do pre-shuffling for the regular readings because it takes forever. And I don't feel like everyone wants to see. I usually skip if I watch other tarot readers do it. And since this is a general reading this is a life purpose, so to see like jobs of your soulmate. And so let's see what we get. We'll do 3 cards because it's a general reading. Not everybody's soulmate is gonna have the same job, right? That's what I said to pile number 2 people too. And we're not reading reversals. Well, the oracle cards, I never read reversals unless it specifically says there is a reversal meaning for things. Otherwise, but the tarot cards will. We won't read reversals today. And the last one is these. I just got these. It's for astrologies and planets and houses. So these ones will draw 3 as well to give more options. Okay, so we got 4 cards. That's it. These ones. Okay. Friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship and your love life will dramatically improve. Eight of Pentacles. The High Priestess. And I'll do this one later. Let go of control issues. Oh my gosh. Light and love. Infinite abundance. Artist. Tenth house. Pluto. 12th house. And Leo. Okay. Oh, and these cards. Optimistic. Oh, these are the characteristics. Charismatic. That makes sense. That makes sense too. Loud. Oh my goodness. European. Okay, this card appeared 3 times already. And you saw I shuffled. Thin and slender. Okay. All right. First of all, I think this card, Leo, goes very well with charismatic and optimistic because, as you know, Leo is guarded by the sun, right? Their protecting planet is the sun, and the sun is all about optimism, and Leo are very charismatic. If you have a Leo in the room, he will immediately become the center of the attention in that room. No matter who was the center of the attention before, unless it's 2 Leo, they'll be fighting for attention. But yeah. European, loud. Yeah, they could be loud because they're fighting for attention, but I would say loud, not in an obnoxious way, but loud in a charismatic and optimistic way. Okay, so not an obnoxious person. They could be loud. You know, I actually know somebody, he has a bit of a problem with hearing because, you know, when he was little, it wasn't like born. He wasn't born like that, but it actually happened later. And my sister also knows somebody like that as well. And it was because my sister's the person that my sister knows is, he's a musician. And so he's constantly, surrounded by loud music because he's like a jazz. He's always in the clubs, you know, performing. So it's always really loud. And so it actually damaged his hearing a little bit. And somebody else I know, it was because, I think it was also because of some accident or something. It damaged his hearing a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. And so when he speaks loud. Like to him, it's not loud because he can't really hear himself that. To himself, he thinks it's a normal volume. But to us, it's like, shh. You're really loud. Everybody can hear you, right? So it's not on purpose if they're loud. But if they don't have any problem with hearing, then it's just, I would say they're loud in a charismatic and funny kind of way. Okay. And thin and slender. So I know thin has like a bad connotation to it. So I would say like slender type of body build. Okay. Which kind of goes well with charismatic-ish, you know. Slender. And especially when I saw artist, I'm just like, it's hilarious because artist could be any type of artist, right? So a lot of, not that all artists are like thin and slender, but if you're an artist, especially like if you're an actor or some kind of an entertainer, that you really care about your looks, you tend to be on the leaner side, right? So since I talked about Leo and artist, where should we do? Let's do this. So, job. Artist could be any type of artist. So I think this deck also has like music in it too. But to me, musician to me is also a type of artist. So anybody who works, who is creative in any type of ways, I would consider them an artist, okay? Especially somebody who draws, you know, sculpt, anything that's like artistic, creative way. Writer would be, I would consider them an artist as well, because writing is a type of art. So it's pretty broad. However, it would obviously exclude people who are like a banker. That's, I guess if you want to argue, oh, banking is an art too, but you know, money, dealing with money is an art. But I'm more thinking it's like drawing, because she's holding like paintbrushes, and also like I would say like entertainment, singer would be also an artist. Entertainer as in like comedian, actor, actresses. What else are considered art? You know, I already said painter, sculptor, pottery maker, even like any type of designer, you know, fashion designer, graphic designer, costume designer, set designer. I'm thinking all these film things. Any type of designer would be also like an artist. Architecture people, like, you know, I would consider them an artist as well. So that's the job. This is super specific. Infinite abundance, which I also think is very interesting, because artists, again, they usually have that somehow of a charismatic feel to them, right? Yeah, because they're very, I would say all the artists are probably very, very passionate about the kind of art that they do. And so when somebody's really passionate about something, I think that makes them very, very, very charismatic, very, very attractive. Infinite abundance and love and light. So I would say, maybe that's how they spread love and light, right? Because in the previous deck, we actually got this as well, love and light. And I was saying like it could be somebody who's very spiritual, religious as well. You know, that somebody who spreads love or all around. So could be, again, somebody who works with charity, non-organization, non-profit organizations, shelters, volunteer type of people, even like pastors, like church, you know, like church members, right? So any religious or spiritual people who do yoga, I think they're very love and light. Tarot readers, astrologers, that's I would consider them as part of this as well. So somebody who spreads love and light. And I think that works also very well with artists as well, because artists is all about spreading their love for their art to people, right? So as a filmmaker, that's an artist. They do that through storytelling. As in comedian, they do it through, you know, making people laugh. That's love, right? I think laughter is super awesome. It's really hard to make somebody laugh. Singer, they touch people's heart with their voices. So I think this goes very well with each other as well. And then infinite abundance. So this is somebody who is very I take it as like abundance. I mean, it could also be somebody who's very well established as an artist, like a really famous artist, so person. But also infinite abundance. This also is talk about divine, right? Devote yourself to divine. So it could be this person is very like inner abundant, like they're very rich inside themselves. So that's how I think when you are very rich inside, that's how you can spread more love to other people, because you're just so loving, so abundant inside of you that it just overflows, that you want to help out other people. And so yes, it could mean like monetary abundance, but I have a feeling that, just to go with these other cards, it's more about spiritual abundance, inner abundance. But yes, definitely could be out like monetary type of like fame and money. So somebody who's very well established as an artist, right? And maybe somebody who's very well established as an artist, and they help out on their times. Like I know a lot of like actors, they actually are a part of some kind of a charity group. So they give love and light to people, right? So that's that. Since we have 4 of these, and I'll notice my astrology, because I do have a little bit of astrology background. I always talk about this a little bit more in my 2 other videos. Let's go to this one first. Friendship. When I first saw this card, nurture the bonds of your friendship with your relationship, and your love life will dramatically improve. My first instinct that this is somebody that you know already, and you're friends with them. Okay, you are already friends with this person that is might be your next partner or soulmate. Okay, or you might already feel like this person is your soulmate, and this is just a confirmation that he is or she is. Okay. However, if you're like thinking really hard, you're like, no, none of my current friends are like my soulmate. Then maybe you will soon meet somebody. You'll immediately connect with them, and you'll instantly create that friendship with them, and instantly bond with them, him or her, and nurture that friendship. Don't jump the gun and just immediately like, oh my God, this is my soulmate, and just like be like going head over heels somebody that might scare the person away, right? So nurture that friendship first, and then go slowly and get to know them a little bit more. Not somebody that you idealized, but somebody that you really, because you spent time with them and you really know who they are, and they are the person for you. So I feel like that is the message. Okay. And if it is somebody that you know, then again, get to know them better. And if you don't feel that sexual energy, there's no tension right now, because it's just, you guys are just so comfortable with each other. If this is a love interest, because obviously you might feel love towards this person, and that person, well, we don't know. Maybe. So you might want to spark up a little bit of that sexual tension a little bit, do something sexy. And I'm sure there are a lot of videos that you can research and tell you how to, spark some tension, sexual tension between friends that you are attracted to, right? And let go of control issues, and allow the situation to unfold naturally. And I feel that's what it is, like what I was just saying. Don't jump the gun. If your friends are ready, you can't plan what's gonna happen. And again, you can't idealize like something that so yesterday I was watching a video, and it's talking about like why a lot of times like some like romances or don't work out. It's because one of the sides totally invest too fast, too soon, too much, too soon. And it's because maybe you have like one or two things in common, and all of a sudden you just expand that one or two things into this gigantic thing. Like, if this and this match, then we must match in 3, 4, 5, 6 areas too. Or if they say they like this, and you're like, oh my God, I like that too. And you instantly kind of like bonds with them. And then you just like create this whole idea of what this person is going to be like, instead of really getting to know this person. Right? And then you create all these ideas of how this friendship or relationship is going to go. But don't do that. Just naturally let that friendship unfold and see what happens. And just be yourself and live in the moment and enjoy the moment that you are with this friend. Okay? Whether it's somebody that you know already or this future friend that you're going to bond instantly with. And then let's do the tarot cards. We'll do the astrology last. High Priestess and 8 of Pentacles. If I remember correctly, so if I'm saying this wrong, you can correct me in the comments below. But if I remember it correctly, I think the High Priestess has that Scorpio energy, maybe, because it's very mysterious. Right? So, and she's always about intuition. Yeah. So, so maybe your person might be a Scorpio. If I'm wrong, then oops. But to me, a High Priestess just reminds me of Scorpio. So if Scorpio is not associated with this card to me reminds me of Scorpio, because they are very mysterious. They are very intuitive. They usually have a sense of like this weird sixth sense of things. Okay. And so, to me, High Priestess speaks that to me, that Scorpio energy. Okay. Again, High Priestess, I kind of go with this love and light thing. Because, I feel like it has that ritual and like this religious kind of feel to it as well, to this High Priestess, because back in the day, they're all about like this, they know like magic, right? Rituals and that kind of thing, witchcraft maybe. So, you know, they could gather things together like unknown forces, right? So it has this kind of energy as well. So it could be that. So somebody who's very intuitive, very mysterious in some way. And that's, I think when somebody's kind of mysterious, it makes them also very charismatic and attractive. Like there's something about them that you're just like, oh, I want to find out more about them, right? And 8 of Pentacles, somebody who works very, 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 very hard, and very detail oriented. This stands out to me, the Crow. The Crow, you know, in Asia, the Crow is actually associated with death. And which kind of fun, it's funny that it actually has this skull over here as well. So I feel like it has that energy of that, because Scorpio is the guarding planet for Scorpio is Pluto. Okay, so it has that sixth sense, unknown, and like the Crow could actually see into the underworld, you know, so that death type of feeling, which is High Priestess, I feel like that as well. And see how she's stepping on like the moon. So the moon is all about intuition and like unknown. And there's like the black cat, right? Black cat is always like associated with like witches and intuition and like 9 lives, right? But there's roses. right? So this person is very passionate also, but it's just, they just don't express it like explicitly. But deep down inside, they're very, very passionate, I feel. Yeah, very intuitive type of person. So I guess this kind of person, you don't have to say much to them. They instantly know what you're thinking, almost. And I feel like you would have moments of like you just look at each other and you know what they're gonna say, or you finish off each other's sentences. I feel like that's the kind of energy for this group with your person, or your soon-to-be your person, okay? And you might meet this person at work, okay? Because this is about this pentacle and this person is working, and you might be so you might be meeting this person at work, so meaning if you don't know this person already, so it could be like this new person that entered into your company, so you just instantly bonded with them, or this person is your colleague because you already know this person, right? Friendship, you already have a friendship with them, or maybe it's kind of like shallowy right now, and if you actually feel something for them, maybe it's time to bond with them a little bit more and maybe hang out with them, not just at work, but maybe after work. And maybe you haven't noticed somebody at work is actually interested in you because you're so, look at how focused she is working on her pentacle. So you might be so focused on working on your career, your job, that you didn't notice that this person is interested in you, or this person is so focused, is when really focused in his work, that he didn't realize like you actually like him. So you might need to, I don't know, create some opportunities. If you work together, that I think it's easy to create that opportunity that, you know, you have to be together, to be alone together, or, you know, maybe it's like, oh, I don't know about this thing, can you teach me? Or, oh, or if they're doing something wrong, you can kind of hover over and just like look at what they're doing. If they're super into their work, right, you could just like be kind of close to them, and they'll be like, oh, I didn't know that you were standing there. Unless you're a freelance artist, then it's hard to, because you always meet different people, but it could be a colleague of yours. Okay, so now I just want to say, this is in the morning, but this is at night, and it just like speaks to me something about at night and still working. So maybe if you guys work together, and you should stay back a little bit. So once everybody's gone, you guys are like alone together, and that could be an opportunity of spending a little bit more time and deepening that friendship, right? And then you could buy them like dinner, or they could buy you dinner. It's like, hey, let's go for dinner. Let's go get something, and then we'll come back and do more work. I don't know, right? So now we only get one of the signs, which is Leo. So this person's could be a Leo in their sun sign. So they have that charismatic, loud leadership, fiery energy, center of the attention, very funny, very charismatic, right? They can also have the Leo in their 10th house or 12th house, okay? So the 10th house is all about career, about, yeah, your career. So again, which goes back to this, Pentacles. This person has an ambition. So if Leo falls in the 10th house, they are very ambitious in their career. They want to create that infinite abundance with their career, whether it be money, whether it be fame. Okay. So, and they're very passionate about it. It's something that they want to have power and status with. Okay. So if Leo falls in their 10th house, and they would do, and they have that self-confidence to create that too. Okay. Right. And then we have the planet. No. Or we have the Leo in the 12th house. And 12th house is all about spiritual, about faith, about religion, about hidden potentials, about, because it's guarded by Neptunes, okay? The 12th house is guarded by Neptunes. It's about like this inner sacrifice for others. Very, very spiritual, which again goes kind of with this light and love type of thing. So they, if Leo is in this one, so they will become very, very passionate about sacrificing for others, about their faith, which, you know, love and light, as I was saying, it could be somebody who is very religious, very passionate about, you know, their religion, and spreading it to people. So it could also be missionaries, right? So it has a lot of that in that energy as well, or that's might be something that this person does. And so 8 of Pentacles, it might be like you guys are in like the same church institution or something, like you know each other through church or something like that as well. Not just, it doesn't have to be like through some kind of a work or art. It could be through that. And then again, 12th house is about sacrifice, intuition, spirituality. So that goes kind of with this high priestess energy. That's, I feel like that Scorpio that's hidden, intuitive, because of the Pluto as well. It's about intuition. And look at this, do or die, okay? And resurrect. So Pluto is all about that intuition, intuitive energy as well. So it could be that the Pluto falls in the 12th house or the 10th house. So if that is that, again, do or die. So you want that power, or this person, your soulmate, want that power and success really, really bad through work, through hard working, okay? And they will achieve it most likely, because they believe in it, because they would sacrifice other things for it. And so maybe that's why, like, this person might be really focused on this, on their work, and they might not notice that you actually like them, right? So you might need to figure out how to get their attention, right? Because you need to deepen that. And so if somebody who's really, really work oriented, you might need to use work to lure them in. You know, so they might not actually respond to your, like, let's go out and grab a drink, or let's just hang out, like whatever. They would respond more or better if you actually say, hey, that's, I have this project, right? Let's work together on this. And that create the opportunity to spend time with each other and deepen that friendship. So Pluto in the 12th house is even more about like hidden sacrifice, religious faith, that type of like things, energy, okay? So they definitely have, they might even have really crazy sixth sense. Light worker, crazy sixth sense. They might see things that people cannot see. Or feel things that normal people cannot feel. Hence the high priestess. I definitely have that. Like, that just speaks really strongly to me. the Pluto High Priestess Scorpio energy. So I think that is that for pile number 3. And my goodness, this is like going on to almost 40 minutes. There's 38 minutes. So I hope you enjoy this reading, and let me know how this resonates with you, because some of the people might actually know this person. So you could actually comment down below and let me know which part I'm right, right? If you haven't met this person, then once you've met this person, let me know. Come back to this video and let me know in the comments as well. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel so you get more notifications on future videos, and I will see you next time. Bye. Okay, pile number 3. So we're on to pile number 4. Oh, let's leave this here. So last but not least, we'll use the Witch's Tarot for tarot cards. And I'm gonna draw just 2 cards, but if more cards come out, then we will see. So what are some advice and so this is like boring you to tears with the shuffling. You may skip ahead to the reading, but the reason I'm doing shuffling on screen for this type of like soulmate reading is because I want to use the full deck, but I don't want to use different decks because I feel like, I don't know, I like to use the same deck. I know some people use different decks because they don't want to mix the energy, but like the oracle cards, I don't have different decks for it. The oracle cards, like the same deck for, you know, and each oracle cards are a little different. So I want to use the same oracle deck. So that's why I'm just gonna shuffle on screen so I can use the full deck for each pile. And when I do the drawing, I actually close my eyes. So I actually don't like pick whatever. Well, I guess 3 cards. Okay. And then this is cards that I created because they're like characteristics and stuff like that tarot cards don't just like bluntly say. So I created these ones. They're like very specific traits. We'll do 5 cards for this. That's 5. And then the Romance Angel. It's a message, so just draw 1 card. then these cards, which is the life purpose cards, and we'll do three cards because as I was telling the other piles, not everybody's that chose pile 4, their soulmate's gonna have the same job. That'll be really crazy. Then the last one, I just got these. These are the astrology cards. We'll do 3 cards for these. I guess 4 cards. Oh well. Give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. Okay. We're not reading reversals today for the tarot cards. We got the Queen of Cups. Nice. Strength. 6 of Swords. Do this one later. Heal family issues. Trust. Oracle cards. Leadership. Gemini. Aries. The North Node. Oh my God. You got the North and the South nodes. Icky. Well, they're polar opposites. Passive. And okay. Okay. First of all, you got South and North node, and then you got passive and aggressive. I guess they could be passive aggressive. Very sharp. I think people who are passive aggressive are very sharp. They use that to control other people. Easygoing, that could be a friend. Darker skin tone. So it could be darker skin tone, tan. However that resonates with you. Tan, brown, black, that type of skin tone, I think. Well, so they're either aggressive, or they're very passive, or they're passive and aggressive, or they're just passive aggressive. Okay, that's several mix. I almost feel like number 4 people, you might be a little bit like conflicted, or your person is very, Gemini, they swing back and forth. Okay, they say Pisces people, because Pisces are also 2 fishes going opposite directions, right? But seriously, Pisces people are not as like that polar opposite swinging back and forth as crazy as Gemini people. Because Gemini is actually, because that's 2 fishes going opposite direction. It's just that, you know, going opposite direction, but it's 2 fishes. Like, how much can a fish think, right? But the Gemini are like twins, 2 people, and one person is already complicated enough, and you have 2 people looking at different directions. That's crazy. So, and then you have these. So definitely right away, I just feel that really like that polar opposite, conflicted, always ambiguous energy. Either you or this person. It's probably because you're reading this, so your person is having, okay? And very sharp. So very smart. I would say Gemini people are very, very good with their words. So they're very witty, okay? And also easygoing as well. But see, you could be easygoing and still passive aggressive, or you could be easygoing and then when somebody steps on your boundary or something, and you could be aggressive. And you could just be passive in general sometimes too, right? I think Gemini people could also be that. That is very interesting. Aries are very aggressive. They go and get what they want. They don't think about the consequences. Gemini are also, their guardian planet is Mercury as well, just like Virgo. So they think a lot. They like to analyze things a lot. And they're also very witty, very good with their words. Now, Aries are not necessarily very good with words and stuff like that, but Gemini definitely is. And so that they're very sharp. I would say easygoing are more like the Aries energy, okay? Gemini, very sharp, very good with their words. Aries are more aggressive. They're go-getter. They just go and do things. Very aggressive. Gemini can be aggressive, but I would say Gemini are usually more passive, especially when they see somebody that they like. They analyze it. They would think a lot. Whereas Aries would just go get them, right? And if it doesn't work out, oh well. Gemini would actually think about it, think about their moves, and the more they like somebody, the more passive they might get. Because they're kind of scared that what if I like this person too much and they're not like this person that I envision them to be, right? Because they think about things, they analyze things, they just constantly thinking. So yeah, so they could get very passive and they could get very shy also, the Gemini people, whereas Aries are not that. So I feel like people who chose number 4, either your person is like always like have these conflicted personalities, or the people who are choosing pile number 4, I'm getting like a very diverse polar opposites of people, of viewers watching, choosing number 4. So your person is either like this aggressive Aries type of energy or this kind of passive energy. Okay, so that. And since we're talking about polar opposites, let's go with this. The North Node and the South Node. The North Node is all about like good luck, see, about benefits, right? And see, now is the time to, you don't have to worry about anything, having faith. And this is all about like, there will not be, it's anxiety, trouble, and like, now is not the time, you have to reconsider. So like things that you have, South Node is usually things you need to be careful about. Also things you need to learn from like past life about as well. And the North Node is like, you know, luck and all that stuff. And I believe, yeah, so that's that. And the planets. Okay, we don't have houses, so these are like literally like 4 type of energy type of people, because you can't come by South Node in Aries. Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, you could have South Node in Aries or Gemini, or the North Node in Aries or Gemini. So if your North Node is in Aries or Gemini, say Aries, okay, so you get success from, you know, your action. You go and do things, okay? Your willpower, that will bring you luck, bring you energy, bring you this kind of person, your soulmate, okay, or a partner, your future person, is the kind of person that they just go and do things, okay? And they usually have success doing it, taking risks, and so they're just a very lucky type of person when they actually put things into action. Whereas Gemini, if their North Node is in Gemini, so they might have very good, they're very good with communication, very good with information, explaining things. They are very good with thinking thoughts, maybe even writing. That's a type of communication, right? And they get success from it. So they any type of work that they do where they have to communicate, okay? So or information that they have to explain. So somebody that's like a teacher or salesperson, right? They would get very like luck and good fortune from it, okay? Which I just have to, because look into this, communicate. Oracle cards is all about like how you put together stories, right? So you're very good with words and putting together, stringing things together and thinking and stringing thoughts together and then expressing it. So yeah, this totally goes with this, okay? So they might be an oracle reader, oracle cards or tarot card reader, right? Leaders need to be really good with their words, very good, influential, very powerful with their words, how to influence people so that they would actually follow him or her when he puts, you know, something into action. Which Aries is all about, you know, going ahead, being the first of everything, that leader. Aries love to be a leader. So again, this is so funny because I think pile number, I can't remember, 1 or 2, maybe 2. They also got Aries and leadership. Like, I don't know, something about these 2 cards will just go hand in hand, I guess. However, so that's where this person might get luck from if they have Aries in their North Node or Gemini. So say if they have Aries in their South Node or Gemini in their South Node, which is the problem, right? The trouble, things that they need to learn from. Okay, so they might be, again, so this goes back to this, right, passive. So if Aries falls into South Node. So your South Node is in Aries. This person, again, they might not be aggressive anymore. They need to learn to be aggressive. They're too passive, right? Right? They might be too passive. They don't know how to be a leader. They need to learn to have willpower. So they might give up very easily. They have anxiety when they have to take charge in something. So if their South Node falls into Aries, they might have that. Or they're just super aggressive. They swing the other way, right? They might be way too aggressive. They need to learn to be not so aggressive. And they get anxiety when they cannot be the leader for something, right? And so it has that kind of energy as well. And they might not have willpower, so they give up easily. If your South Node actually falls into Gemini, this person might have problems with communicating. So they don't communicate. Again, that's the passive energy again. So they don't talk. They're very quiet, very shy, and they have a hard time stringing things together and then expressing it. So so it has that energy, okay? And then they have anxiety so they get misunderstood a lot. So your soulmate might have that problem. So you might misunderstand him or her and thinking that maybe they don't like you, but when they do, because they have problem expressing that. So that might be that. So so many possibilities, my goodness. So, okay. Then since we talked about the oracle cards, your person might also be like a leader, as I was saying, the Aries. So leadership, so anything that needs leadership skills. So for example, could be a manager position, supervisor, CEO, owner of a company, and they might be very good at that. But again, if their thing is that in South Node, so they might have problem with that. So they're more of a follower. But if I just read these cards alone, they might be a leader. Okay, so they're like in some kind of a leadership position if they work at a working environment, or if it's in school. So they are the type of like the popular kids, right? And then oracle cards. So they might be into oracle cards, reading oracle cards, or watching like oracle reading or tarot readings on YouTube or something like that, like, you know, what I'm doing right now. They might enjoy watching these type of things, these type of videos, or they might be doing tarot card reading themselves to help others. And they're very trusting. They trust people. So once you, yeah, they're very trustworthy. So either they themselves are very responsible and trustworthy, or they trust people very easily. Okay. Or since we have all these conflicted energy, and I just got another message that they sometimes might have problems trusting people as well. And that's why they do oracle readings, right? They're like, is this person this, and that, right? So they might also need a long time of like, you need to be their friends for a long time before they would start to trust you or let you in on their things. Okay, again, that maybe that Gemini thing, they like to observe and analyze you first before they would trust you. Okay. Healing family issues. My goodness. So give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. So either I have a feeling that this either is your energy or their energy. It could be actually go both ways. Just because of this card, that you might be in the process of healing some kind of a family issues before you will be able to meet this person. You have to embrace some kind of things that happened in your family before, or you might be in a marriage before, because I'm just looking at this with like, this might be the wife or something, the kid. So, or this might be your parents. So you might have some parental issues, like they're very controlling and they tell you like, you have to do this and that, you have to follow their way, and you just need to, I don't know, resolve that. Or one of your, you have some kind of a family issue. So you may be single parent, you know, and so they put all their hopes on you and you feel very stressed, or like, or you're like, in a marriage and you're in the process of getting divorced, or maybe you're, I don't know, like negative husbands or wife is cheating. So you need to heal that, thing. But just know that love is coming your way, and you deserve to be and have all the heart, all that your heart truly desires. So you need to heal whatever family issues that you're dealing with before this person will come into your life. Okay, this next person, who could be your next partner, your next soulmate, will come into your life. But before, you have to heal it first. Or your person is dealing with divorce or family issues, parent issues, kid issues, whatever it is that involves family, right? And they need to resolve that problem before they can come into your life. Okay, before you guys can meet. So if you haven't met each other yet, you guys need to maybe work on your separate issues before you guys will meet. Okay, or if it's somebody that you know, before you guys could be together, you guys need to, this person need to heal or resolve that issue that they are having. Okay, and which is funny because we got the Strength card, and then it's all about infinity, right? About strength, inner strength, outer strength. Using, if it's a woman, then you should use your femininity, feminine power to kind of calm this lion, this masculine energy down, right? And if you're a masculine, you need to use your masculinity to woo this woman. But definitely inner strength, which is about oracle cards, you know, because sometimes people are kind of weak, a little bit at their weakest moment, and they turn to these kind of oracle readings and tarot readings, hoping to gain that strength to go on, right? To get that hope to keep going. And leaders definitely need strength, inner strength and outer strength. More inner strength than outer, probably. That you need, there's a lot of stress to be a leader, right? To own a company, to be a manager, supervisor. So this person probably has very strong inner side. But if this person has the South Node in these, they might lack this, okay? And they need you to be their strength, or help them to gain that strength to move on and deal with issues. So this could be that. Yeah. And they might be too easygoing, so people take advantage of them. And you need to tell them, be their strength, and be the person that, if you guys are together, you need to be the person who's like telling other people no, right? For them, because they just can't say no to people. Six of Swords. Moving away from something again, healing family issues. So they might be, they're trying to get away with some kind of a problem. Maybe they're moving away from that. So now they're moving towards like a better, more hopeful future. Okay. And then Queen of Cups, about emotions. And so like, if we were to interpret these, like where you can meet this person, if you haven't met this person, maybe this is like a lion. So I would say maybe like a zoo. That might be somewhere that you might see a lion, or safari, right? I don't see any traveling cards. So unless you're in like Africa or some kind of a safari, that might be somewhere you'll meet them. But if you need to travel that far, that I don't know. Okay, and it's more like an outdoorish type of setting, right? With roses, so some kind of a garden maybe as well. I see these like landscape, so maybe like a national park would be also somewhere you might meet this person, or you can go as a date with this person. And this is like, I have a feeling this is probably not an ocean, because you have the mountain and stuff like that. It's too close. This might be like a river or a lake. So this might be a place that you might meet this person or see this person. Queen of Cups. I think this person is very much of a husband or wife material. Very emotionally stable, and emotionally rich. Okay. They're not afraid to express. They're good at communicating their feelings. But again, if say they have this in South Node, so they might have a little bit of a problem with that, and you need to be a little bit more observant of their needs, because they might sometimes not express what they want. So they might be on like the quiet side. But if not, then they are very good at communicating. They'll let you know what they're thinking about, what they want, that kind of things. And again, this is by the water, so this is more like a beach. So I guess if you go to the, so anything that with water, I would say. And in the morning, because these are all like morning cards. Yup. That's it for pile number 4. I don't see any more messages. Yep. I guess maybe like the lion is sleeping. So like a very calm type of energy I get. So this person might be very calm. I actually, all 3 tarot cards, I'm feeling like a very calm, soothing energy. Maybe it's because of this, maybe, you know, tarot readers and card, oracle readers, they might have that kind of, you know, energy because they want to soothe their clients, right? Yes, I think that's it. I don't see anything else for this one. So I guess if I feel like you have not met this person, but you know, you might have. The healing issue, if you know this person is dealing with this issue before you guys could come together. If not, this is something that will come into your life once all these issues are being cleared away. Okay, so that's it for pile number 4. Let me know in the comment section below how this resonates with you. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel. Okay, so I will see you in the next video. Bye.